Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video we're going to have a look at this film. This is Open House from 2010. It's, I suppose you could describe it as a slasher horror thriller. It's also got, I suppose, what you would call the house invasion kind of vibe to it, definitely. It's a very interesting film and very enjoyable, and I'm gonna talk about it. So let's get into it. It's 88 minutes long, so it's the usual kind of standard time. It's on Rotten Tomatoes. There's not hardly anything. It's got a 12%, but that's an audience appreciation, and there's hardly any sort of figures on that, so it doesn't really, not that Rotten Tomatoes that much, but we always have a look. But anyhow, that's on there. It's sort of, you could say this is like one of those an independent kind of film. Its production company was Stonebrook Entertainment, and it was distributed by Lionsgate. Filmed on location in Los Angeles, so it's not attached to a big studio. And I kind of like these kind of films where you've got that kind of the atmosphere of a low budget film where the directors and writers and actors have to bring out the best they can, and they do, often better than some of the big budget kind of films. That's definitely reflected in this. Now, it's written and directed by Peter Paguin. He's a Canadian producer mainly, and from what I can see, this was his first as a director, and I think he does a great job. I think the script, there are perhaps certain limitations in the script, but I think the actors actually really help the script a lot in their performances. And sometimes the ambiguity in aspects of the script actually make this film even better. So that's how I would look at it in a very positive way. And the fact that it works well, then you're onto a winner. Oh yeah, I mean that's how it is. It's interesting as well. The Andrew Paguin's sister, yes, and her husband are also in this film. Very more cameo roles. Now Anna Paguin plays Jenny. Stephen Moyer plays Josh, and it's a very small, really, cameo roles, but they were well known in the TV series True Blood, and I think some of the publicity kind of used that, even though they're not actually the same major part of this film. The actors that are the major part I'm going to talk about. Let's see, we've got Brian, I think he's pronounced Geraghty. Brian Geraghty, I would say his name is. He plays David. David, important, very important character in this film. And then we've got Tricia Helfer playing Lila. Now, Tricia Helfer, I think if you're interested in cult kind of TV series, then you would recognize her. She was one of the major parts of Battlestar Galactica, the remake. Yes, she's excellent in this. very good in this. In fact, she's again a very important part of the film. Then the other important character, I'd say the three leads really, is Rachel Blanchard. She plays Alice, and Alice again is very intricate to this story. Important, very important. So, what is this story about? Okay, now Alice, she is going through a divorce, and she is in the process of selling the house. And what happens is that in the process of her selling, she encounters this couple. We do learn, in fact, that this couple are twins. There's quite a dark sort of side, as you will see, to them. They're kind of an almost odd kind of couple. And there's also sort of a dark side, like almost an incestuous relationship is suggested as well in this. They're very sinister kind of people. And as we see, they're basically psychos. So Alice gets, if you want to put it, she kind of gets kidnapped. She gets put in the basement. But the important catch is that David, who is a real weirdo, a real dangerous psycho, is kind of, I don't know what the word is, but he feels that he can't kill her. He likes her in some ways. But he knows that if he tells Lila what he's done, she'll immediately kill her. So he has to keep that. And he, therefore, is kind of keeping her prisoner, but trying to look after her, and maybe hoping that they will eventually escape together from the house. It's clear from the process that they've been through this before, going from property to property. This is what they do. They basically take over a property, and that's what they do. So that is how the story kind of develops from that. And of course, on the way, right from the very beginning, we get a lot of murders. And yes, the psychotic side comes out quite as in a gory way as well. There's no messing. The film doesn't shy away from that. I mean, I have seen gorier films, but on the other, this is pretty brutal. It is very brutal. But what makes the film, as I say, so strong is, I think, those two actors who play David and Lila, say Brian Geraghty and Tricia Helfer, they really elevate this film. Their performances are just outstanding. And this is what I like about these kind of films, where you've got that. And the director, with, I think, the script, has brought that out beautifully. The film looks good as well. You get that sense of a menace as well there. And the way he directs the camera around the house, the way you see the reaction. There's some great scenes in the film which work so well and give you, it makes you enjoy the film even more, I think, in some aspects. Because I can see that people will, and I think will kind of dismiss films like this, but they shouldn't. These are often and are better than big budgeted so-called films which get all the attention and are not as good. And that is the truth. And that's why I enjoy a lot of these kind of films, and a lot of horror fans do now. You know, they just have something about them, and you can do a lot. And these directors have done that. So, I say this is from 2010, and it's well worth you checking out if you like this kind of film. I'm sure you're gonna just enjoy it. You don't have to stretch your brain too much, but you can enjoy the atmosphere and appreciate it. And really, yeah. But I think there is more there than meets the eye, as they say. Hey, what's going on here, Bayek? I don't know, but it's there, and it does keep you gripped as well. You know, the ending is really good. I think the climax, the ending, yes, definitely good, and I like that. I like the way it ends as well. Excellent. I don't want to really give any more away about it because you need to watch it. Yes, mind you, the thing is, I'll just show you this. I've got here the German edition, the Blu-ray. There is an American one, but there's none from our region in the UK. From what I can see on Amazon, they have this German one, and the American one. There's the German one is up, but it's not available. But if you go on eBay, I've seen the German one going. So, and they are, the other thing is they're quite expensive as well. I think some of them are just. Well, I saw one for, if you include postage on some of them, they were getting up for 30 quid. Which is a lot of money, especially for an independent kind of film. But anyhow, this edition of Open House is the German one, and you see that it's a nice cover. A lot of it's in German, as you might expect from German. Yes, there it is. Inside, it's just the standard disc, but it's got a bit of colour on it. It looks okay. You always think, oh, imagine it being German, if there was any sort of booklets there. Because everything else here is in German. Now, the important thing, I just want to mention the extras. There isn't a great deal of extras. And there is one which is like a German soundtrack to it. But of course, as I say, the film, when you watch it, you just put it on the English, and there you are, no problem at all. Anyhow, there are some deleted scenes which are in English, and I think these deleted scenes are interesting. They're more at the beginning of the film, and it's kind of a pity, I think, they're not put in, because there's certain... I think they would enhance areas of the script which I said had ambiguity about them. They add to the atmosphere. But yeah, these deleted scenes are really good, and they've put them on here. I'd love to see a more sort of behind the scenes, or a more sort of just a documentary, short featurette on about the actual filming and talking to the director. But we haven't got that. We probably never will, but it's always interesting. But yeah, this German edition is really good. Highly recommended. I think that's it then. But yes. So if you're new here and have quite liked the video, then please subscribe, and we'll let you know when I produce them. Also, have a look at some of my playlists. You can see other things that I've reviewed in the past. And if you haven't subscribed or been watching, please subscribe, because as I say, we let you know when I produce the videos. Also, if you like this, please give it a like, because then it helps with algorithms and all that sort of stuff. And it costs note. And you can't say better than that nowadays. It costs note. So, here then, Bayek. And also, if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. If you've seen this film, also let me know. You may have done. Who knows? Yeah, there we are. So all I've got to say to you is, I'll see thee again.